say, oh, you know what, this is club Zumba rather than just Zumba working out. It's essentially going to a club without the alcohol.
Oh, wow. Well, that sounds like my kind of workout, just having fun. I mean,
yes.
So all you're doing is dancing, not even knowing that you're burning calories. And so how does Zumba help, like how does it burn calories? How does it help people get fit? And you say it's like a good way to lose weight. Why is that?
That's a good question. A lot of people, whenever you do go to dance or you are dancing, you really don't realize the body movement that's involved. And you don't realize this because you're having so much fun. Well, that's what the founder of Zumba noticed whenever, it was actually funny how Zumba came to be, but he essentially realized that salsa dancing is actually a really good workout. You move not only your bottom portion of your body, but you're keeping your core engaged, and at the same time you're moving the very, very top of your body as well, and it just turns out to be a really, really good workout all over, and you're dancing, which is essentially fun, so you're not noticing that you're burning so many calories. And I mean, some people in my class burn up to 1,000, just depending on their level of working out.
How long are these classes then?
They're typically an hour.
Okay.
Typically an hour, but there are different events, if you will, that are named Zumbathons, and Zumbathons are up to 3 hours at the most. Usually they're 2, but I have been to one that's 4. And
what do you do at the Zumbathon then?
Dance, you just continuously dance. It's a really, really fun time. And whenever I say fun, I mean it's dynamic, it's engaging, you're sweating, you have to bring an extra change of clothes, there's a break to eat, there's a break for snacks. Overall, it's just really energetic and you don't realize you're working out.
So it sounds a lot different from any other regular cardio activity, but how is this, what muscles do you build up rather than other ones? How does this compare?
Well, specifically, the first thing that comes to mind is your core. Whenever you are moving your body, your core always has to be engaged, and that's why your core is worked out so much. Whenever you are moving your hips, your core is engaged. Whenever you're moving your left foot out and your right foot out, and your left foot back and your right foot back, your core is engaged. Your core is always engaged throughout the entire class. And sometimes I'm in class and we're doing a specific dance move and I'll say, remember to engage your core, because sometimes you can be so focused on moving your legs so far, trying to get the leg movement exactly like the instructors, when really you need to be focusing on your core. Another muscle that's really worked out is your arms. There are some dances where you'll be going like up and down, and you're really working your biceps, your triceps on both sides, and it's so fun.
What, can you show us an arm move that y'all do in class?
I mean, I can. It's actually called the Beto Shuffle, and it's named after the founder of Zumba, Beto, and it's just 1, 2, 2, and it's you kind of get into it.
I think some people do that not even knowing that they're doing Zumba.
You know, probably, more than likely, yes. It's I remember my aunt calling it some kind of rollerblade or roller skate. I don't know. It's like a disco move back in the day. I'm not too sure, but in Zumba, it's known as the Beto Shuffle.
The Beto Shuffle. All right. Now, so any level or any age can take this class?
Correct.
And when can they take your classes?
Well, to touch base on the different types of Zumba, there is actually a Zumba atomic Zumba, or I'm not too sure, just because kids aren't my thing, but there is a Zumba class specifically for kids, so you can take it all the way at the age of all the way at the very bottom of the age of like 5 or 6. And my classes specifically, I just teach regular Zumba, basic Zumba, and right now, because of the semester load, it's I only teach on Thursdays at 6:30 at Aguilin Fitness Dome.
Awesome.
It's a good time, and I definitely recommend it for everybody.
Well, Jason, we want to thank you for coming in, and go visit Jason Thursday at the Aguilin Fitness Dome. We'll be right back.
What makes a good frontline story is really the ability to go to the heart of a difficult issue, to tell it with some intelligence and complexity, to do what most of television doesn't do. Frontline and public television is one of the last places doing this kind of work. We've been doing this job for 25 years, and people have come to trust us. because we answer to no one but you.
Welcome back to Etc. We are now joined with two student athletes from Texas A&M University, Natasha Ruddick, who runs track for A&M, and Terrence Frederick, who is a defensive back for Texas A&M University. Thank you guys for both coming on today. I'm very excited to meet y'all, by the way. So, Terrence, do you mind if I ask you how your football career began?
Well, for here?
Yeah, or in general.
Well,
when did you decide you loved playing football, and how did you end up here?
Well, I started being here. Trent Hunter got offered here, and I was at Louisville, and I decided to, well, he showed me my tape here, and then they offered me a scholarship like 2 days before signing day, so I was probably the last commit of A&M 2008. And I mean, just been uphill from there. I mean, we've hit some slumps in a row. We also made some good strides, so.
Mm-hmm. How do you like being on the football team?
I mean, it's a good feeling being on a football team. I mean, some people say, you know, all athletes get looked at differently, but I mean, I can see that in some areas, but I mean, it's a good feeling to be on the football team. Well, any team.
Yeah, that's utterly amazing. Natasha, did you ever expect to run track here?
Well, my dream school was LSU, but Coach Pat Henry was at LSU, so I just decided to come here, and it was great, and I love it here. So,
have you expected anything different than you've received?
Oh no, well they've won the national championship 3 times, so obviously they have a good team here, and I've become a better athlete, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Now, how does your practice different from in the past? Now, do you work out differently than, say, the normal person, and how do your eating habits affect your practice times?
I mean, for us, we really don't eat that much, but at the same time, they give us one meal a day. So I mean, during the year, like during the season.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I mean, they feed us real good. But I mean, during the season, we just have to find our own time to eat food, other than the one meal we get during the week.
Now, Natasha, what about you?
Well, we normally have to eat 3 times a day. We have to eat before practice because our practice is pretty intense, very technical stuff. So we have to make sure we have fluid in our body to keep us going. So
now you run sprints and hurdles.
Yeah,
that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
My sister was a hurdler, so I mean, and I've seen y'all do it, and it's utterly amazing. And so, do they give y'all specific workout instructions, and how important is it for you to eat healthy?
Yes, it's very technical, my event, so we have to like ensure that we have the right body composition in line and stuff. So it's not really hard, but we just stay on our diet and just do what we have to do.
Terrence, what about you?
Well, for us, it's a little bit different because we're not. I mean, they tell us to eat healthy and stay at maintain a weight, but I mean, it really depends on probably Thursday, Friday, Saturdays when we really eat healthy, because Saturday we have a game.
Right. So
other than that, I mean, we probably try to eat as healthy as we can those 3 days coming up to that game.
It's pretty exciting. I know y'all probably have like very specific workout schedules, and how does that influence your day and when you decide to eat or anything, or is it pretty just nonchalant?
More towards time consuming, because we really don't have much time to eat and work out at the same time and deal with school. So you really have to try to squeeze eating food in between those periods of time. Because I mean, we usually have a workout that's set from say 11:30 to 2:30, and we have to finish our workout, or probably 6 a.m. to 2:30. But at the same time, we gotta go to class and everything.
So y'all really do have like 3 different jobs you go through, and I commend y'all. That's utterly amazing. So how does your athletic performance, how is it affected by your workouts and the way you eat? Do you see a correlation at all between any of the 3?
No, I think they balance out pretty well. There's no problems at all.
There's no problems? That's good. So how many hours a week do y'all practice? I know y'all are really in season right now.
We practice about 2 hours a day, I would say. Coming up till Friday, I mean, we probably practice an hour a day. But I mean, at the same time, we still have meetings and preparation towards that game to get ready. So you might as well count that as practice too. So we're up here from about 2:30 till 6:30, 7 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's very intense. Natasha, how do you
Well,
like
for
running
us,
track?
it's like 2 hours a day, and then we have weight rooms on Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. So we basically get Sundays off, so we get to rest. So it's not that bad.
What do y'all do, especially the track team, because I know y'all are completely different, and you're a runner, so how do you lift weights compared to the other like average student?
I think it's basically the same. Like sprinters obviously have different stuff from football players. I don't know how they do it, but it's mostly strength-wise stuff, your legs and your upper body. I know they probably do a lot of drill stuff in the weight room, but it's pretty complex, but it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any difficulties balancing school and sports?
I mean, I feel like it's difficult, but at the same time, I mean, that's what you come in to do. I mean, you got to go to school, and I mean, if you don't get it done in the classroom, you're probably not going to get it done on the field either.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's pretty much it.
So do you say being a student athlete has given y'all more incentive to do well in school?
It could work that way, but I mean, like I said, you have to get it done in the classroom because I mean, if you fail your classes, you ain't gonna be playing on the
That's
team.
very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Now, do you all have any tips for the Brazos Valley viewer for staying healthy? Because people, they love watching y'all.
I think it's not just about eating healthy, but also getting rest. Like you have to get rest so your body can react to whatever you eat and stuff like that. So rest is important also.
So, I mean, I know you just mentioned rest, and y'all are students as well, and y'all are busy practicing and being social. The social is a part of being a healthy lifestyle. So, how does not having enough rest affect your performance? And how do you balance that with school? Because I know it's like some people, I don't know how they do all-nighters, but that's not for me.
Yeah, well, all-nighters ain't for me either. But for the most part, for me, I mean, we're so used to, you know, at one point you get used to not sleeping that much. So for me, I really don't think it affects how I play, as long as I get, you know, a certain amount of hours. But I mean, it could have an effect on some people, but I really don't see that being an effect.
What is y'all's favorite part about being a student athlete here at Texas A&M?
My favorite part would probably be just every Saturday on our home games, we get to play in front of the 12th man and that big crowd and the hype they bring to the field.
I know that's my favorite part. Every time I see the Aggie War hymn come up, it's pretty exciting for me, so I can't imagine what it's like for you all the way down there. And Natasha, congratulations. I saw you being recognized a few weeks ago for your award. That's very exciting.
Thanks.
Now, do y'all consider the competition something fun, or is it more of nerve-wracking?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because like for me, being an athlete on the track, knowing everybody's just watching you, and I do the hurdles, so anything is possible. I can fall, and you know, stuff like that can happen. But on the other hand, when you're winning, and you know, it's kind of good, you feel happy and all that stuff. So it has both sides.
That's very exciting. I know, especially like y'all are, especially not only locally recognized and statewide, but y'all do represent A&M so well, and I want to thank you for doing that for our school and for our state. And so, do y'all have any disadvantages of being a student athlete?
No, not really. I mean, just other than when you're dealing with school, you really don't have that much time to study. And once you cram that all in, I mean, it kind of like, oh, you're just like, man, I'm tired of doing this. But other than that, it's nothing else. I mean, it's a great opportunity to play at a D1 school.
Well, I want to thank both of y'all for coming on today, and good luck the rest of y'all's season. Stay healthy. Thank you for joining us today on AGCJ.
This is Etc., featuring people and events of Texas A&M University and the surrounding community.
Hello, my name is Alex Lotz. Thanks for joining us today on Etc. Today we are meeting some local musicians across the Brazos Valley who are going to be talking about how they got their start in the music industry and where they're going for the future. Now let's meet our first guests, Jose Razo and Jordan York. Thank you so much for being with us today.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Now, I understand that y'all know each other, but you play for different bands.
Yeah.